Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a 22 years old student in a French business school. We all know why to change education. We are tired of traditional methods which have been dominant for the last 600 years. It is time to change. There is an urge to train social entrepreneurs because of a complex and turbulent world. Education is the key, a startup mind, a necessity. Be agile, adaptable, be creative. But how? Let's ask two of my teachers who have created a full disruptive program to develop social and business transformers. Dominique, first of all, let's be clear. What are social and business transformers?
Social and business transformers are the one who will change the world. Our future will be different from the past, and we do consider that the industrial period is over. So that means we have a lack of resource, we have a lot of needs to fulfill, and in the end, we have the marketing pushing needs and more needs, and we have a sort of vicious circle that makes the business obsolete. We are not willing to adapt existing business. We want to transform this business. And so far, we do consider that people are more familiar with adaptation rather than transformation. And we need to design concrete programs in order to teach people to transform organization, product, market. And the program need to be different.
Okay. Melanie, how did you implement this new program and how do you disrupt?
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing that was sure is that we could not train social innovators by keeping them in a classical classroom. Why? Because they need to actually observe the society we are living in. They need to explore the world. They need to visit companies, startups, incubators, all kinds of institutions. So we actually changed a bit the rules of the game here, and we decided to blur the frontier between in-class and out-of-class activities. So learning would happen also a lot outside the classroom. I'll give you an example. 1 month ago, we organized a learning expedition. In one day, we visited the International Museum of Perfume, then a startup making mobile applications for training, and another startup in the same day who is doing two kinds of products. One is connected bracelets, for which they just won actually the CES prize in Las Vegas months ago. And also they are doing educational robots with artificial intelligence. Very different fields, okay? And in one day, students had actually to create innovations at the crossroads of all these inventions. And we thought that it's very challenging, but actually they did more than expected. They did really disruptive innovation here, okay? So after, when they come back to class, it's actually only for feedback and pitching. But the feedback is very important for us. So class is a lot dedicating to feedback sessions for 3 hours in this case. What does it tell us, this just single experience? It tells us that, one, I as a teacher was not really teaching, okay? I was more facilitating. That's the first difference, how to be different. Second thing is that I didn't speak about any course, any modules, any accumulation of knowledge. And the whole program actually is based on experiences. So that's a big difference. And also, the last thing maybe is that we do everything in real life. So the actual goal is to put the students in real situations so that they can act upon the society we are living in. Okay? There is no projection, so they can really be actors.
Okay, so are there any new methods?
Well, I wouldn't say new ways of teaching or new methods. There are many different methods, and it just depends on your own context. In ours, I would say that we teachers have actually two responsibilities. The first one is to create the conditions for the learning to happen. It means creating the right experience that fits the exact soft skills we want to develop. It means creating the right setting at the right timing and also giving the right tools. and methods. And shall I give you an example? For developing the skill that we call solving complex issues, we ask students, first of all, to solve an issue, one of the world's biggest problems. And they actually did so by classical brainstorming methods. Afterwards, second step, we give them our methods, which are cognitive systemic methods for problem solving. And they did a great job. They found in a very short time very pertinent and original solutions. So we said, okay, the right setting for developing this skill is actually to create the environment where they could test these methods with companies for 2 months. So we organized a co-creation project with companies, and students are actually solving problematic and problems of real companies with the companies and with us, the teacher. So that's an example. A second one of matching actually the skills with the right method and the right setting. It's about the fact that we want them to be actors. We want students to be actors in the society. And finding the right solution is not only on paper or in your head. It has to be real. So we decided to design a crowdfunding campaign. And students actually collected 4,000 euros to fight for one of the problems they wanted to solve. Is malnutrition of 3,000 children per day in Madagascar. So they raised the money, and in 1 month, 4 students will actually go there to fight for malnutrition. So this is exactly the kind of action you want to be made. So you organize all the settings for this. I talked about 2 responsibilities. This was the first one, to organize the setting, the educational setting, for learning to happen by itself. Then the second responsibility for me, it's actually to give the students the power to organize themselves. So this empowerment of the class makes it possible to optimize learning in a way that students themselves decide which process they're going to create to be better motivated, to fight for their absenteeism. When students are being late because they have to manage their life in their associations, or they have to manage better their own agenda and work-life balance. And they are the only ones with these solutions. It's not me. Okay? So it's actually giving to the students the power to act with processes within the class or the program for them to be more responsible, and we think that it will engage them more into the learning and optimize at least the learning processes. Yeah.
Right. Dominique, I have a last question for you. Can you explain to us why do you focus on boosting talents in education?
Because talents are core to identity. And if you don't know who you are, you can't transform the world. So first of all, you need to know who you are, maybe transform yourself before transforming the society. So we do consider that generally at 20 years old, students doesn't know who they are. And I think we have the opportunity to give them the chance to know who they are in order to make sense about talents and how to project this talent in the real world. So how to find the most relevant place for this kind of talents. And I think it's a big gift that we can do, and we must do in order to prepare people to become social and business transformers.
Louise, what do you think of the program then?
Well, I think it's a disruptive program because mainly of the fact that we learn methods instead of just facts, and we are allowed to test these same methods on ourselves, and to learn techniques of management of people, and also to how to manage different types of situations. And after that, we can also maybe like study how we react facing new situations. For instance, the crowdfunding, or a visit to a startup, or a visit to a museum, a group work. And after that, you're able to gain confidence and knowledge at the same time. But I also think that it's a very efficient program, because you are our teachers, but you are like guides. But in the end, we are the one owning and responsible for our own progress. So it's a better way to be motivated. But I won't lie to you, it's not always easy, because it's not easy being in charge and being trusted, especially for such a thing as your own progress. And there is no one. You are not working for us, you're working with us. So it's a big responsibility, it's a big challenge. But I think that it is maybe a good introduction to adult life.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I would like to add that this program helped me to improve my critical thinking about my knowledge and my beliefs.
Couldn't look away. Took your jacket off like